Hey folks, Papa Boris here, playing some more Bad North. So in order to make the most of this day, I've decided to try to get Sharp Rock and Bumble Isle. The safer plan is just to get Sharp Rock before it disappears, and Pepperholm, which is a much easier island, having only brutes, but I want to get this commander just to maximize how many commanders I can have splitting across the islands in future turns. And what I'm going to do is upgrade Turi to Elite Pikes, just right off the bat. I am unfortunately 1 gold short of giving him a cooldown. I judged that getting eliteness was more valuable than having this runoff ability. And I'm also not going to commit the Warhorn because there's a chance that I'm going to want Deirdre to be in my final squad if I decide to run a 2 infantry final squad on the final level. And then I'd rather have the infantry have the Warhorn than the pikes. But let's go ahead now and tackle Bumble Isle. So with Bumble Isle, I definitely want shields against these archers, pikes against the brutes, and then archers against these berserkers. So I want one of every type. And I'm going to take my lesser types here because the other island has more units. So we'll take my non-upgraded pikes for another trip around the block. We'll take my inferior archers. Oh, we actually have... Interesting. So we have basic archers, level 1 archers here. This is not a... this is actually kind of unfortunate that this commander is an archer because I already have 2 archers. So then I'm going to have 3 archers. I guess that can be okay sometimes. Fine. So we'll take that. And then we also do need to have some shields. So I'll have my archers on 3 and 4. Pikes on 2. Oopsie, that's the wrong ones. Pikes on 2. And we'll take my inferior infantry on 1. It's a little bit dicey because the inferior infantry, just the level 2, it is not going to hold up very well against the brutes or the berserkers, but I do apparently have 2 squads of archers, even if one of them is a level 1 squad, so that should hopefully be enough arrow power to shoot down all the berserkers. Okay, so we have a bunch of brutes coming. Let me take a look at the situation. Okay, we have a pretty decent choke point here. I'm not even going to involve my shields. I shouldn't need them. We're just going to do as much damage as we can with the arrows and then put our archers behind the pikes. Excuse me, I had to sneeze, as you might have heard. Okay, I need to make sure that my pikes stand here, because there was a slim chance the brutes could have... Oh my god, I totally missed this house. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing about that house? Okay, we're gonna send over Deirdre. That's the way this game works. You got a problem, send over infantry. Now, these infantry aren't elite, but it looks like they were enough. Now, we have these brutes landing over here. Okay, I'm gonna send my archers over here to lay some mines. If the brutes go here, I think they'll go this way. So we're gonna stick mines here, and then we're gonna shoot at them. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot at them with my elites. I'm not gonna bother with the regular archers. I need to get my infantry actually back here and my pikes here. And oh right, the whole point is the brutes might go after the house. Well, if the brutes go after the house, then I'll bring the infantry back. I'm gonna... Oh god, my archer's about to die. Oh no. Okay, all my archers died. Oh no, they got damaged, but not, and stunned, but they didn't actually die. Okay, well, once you guys are done being stunned, come on over here and shoot at these berserkers. The pikes, hold on, these are not brutes, these are berserkers. Oh, I need to split my archers. Oh, geez. Okay, we have a very scary thing coming up here. We are gonna need to use the pike charge to kill these berserkers, which is extremely scary because if it fails, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna bring the infantry over and just hope for the best. I gotta be very careful. This needs to be timed correctly, or else I am just gonna be in bad shape. Charge! Okay, it worked, and those berserkers died, got killed by the archers. Okay, I am really cutting it thin here. I probably should have taken this island more seriously and either upgraded my archer, or my pikes, these that are not my final pikes, or I should have... Oh no, that's I moved away my archers as they were trying to shoot because I thought that was the pikes. I need to get my pikes over here. Okay, and then we're gonna get the infantry over as well. Okay, the archers finished their job. Let's get the archers over here. These archers need to get the hell away. Okay, now the brute, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go that way? Okay, we're gonna have to chase it down with infantry. Okay, oh boy. So we have, what are you, berserkers? Okay, my elite archers should take care of them. We have, are those archers? We have archers, thank the holy heavens. All right, so we're just gonna park shields in front of archers. Wait, these are archers too? Oh my God. I did not realize those were archers. All right, thought those were berserkers. Okay. So I'm not a huge fan of the fact that we're just having an archer standoff here because it means that my archers are gonna lose some units. But that's okay. They can spare a few. So we have actual berserkers, which I definitely want to shoot down with my archers. That means that my infantry and pikes need to take care of these two brutes. Maybe there was a world where I could have used mines here. Okay, the berserkers died, which means I can send my archers here. I don't know if they can reach the brutes from here. We'll send them here. Perfect. Those arrows actually did help. Okay. Well, we got there. I just spent like a bunch of gold upgrading elite pikes before this that I didn't actually use on this battle. But the good news is we now have an extra commander, and it looks like we're gonna need that extra commander pretty soon because I'm having some issues dealing with these islands. Okay, now we have to get Sharp Rock. There's no way around it. So you are elite. Good for you. I'm gonna give you the cooldown. The upgrade, by the way, on this just gives you unlimited range. It starts with a range of 3. I don't really care about it being unlimited, so we'll just leave that alone. And then Egbert, you are fully upgraded. Gemma, of course, you're fully upgraded. Okay, so we have 3 elite squads here taking care of Sharp Rock. Let's go infantry. I seem to like archers on 2 and pikes on 3. Got a Warhammer here that might come in handy. Okay. This map is a tremendous layout. There's actually no way up here. Oh my God. Okay, so actually, interesting. Are there archers here? There are archers. I'm pretty sure that there are archers. So, the only thing that really matters is that when there's archers, I'm gonna need my infantry to come down. Oh man, I should have considered this map layout before I started this. I messed up. What I should have had is no archers here. I should have had this archer squad, this ridiculously overpowered archer squad, in the other fight. Imagine how much easier that fight would have been if these archers had been there, because I don't need them here. Here, they're just, you know, making things easier. I guess I actually do need my infantry to draw the axe. Wait, hold on. Those aren't axes. I do get the axes and the shields confused. I think those are just regular shield guys. They don't throw axes. You can see they got the pointy swords. Oh my goodness. All that suffering for nothing. But you can see we're playing on hard difficulty, and you can play like an idiot, as I have been, and still make it. So there's a lot of leeway in this game. So if you were to play on very hard and imagine not making all the stupid mistakes that I'm making, you could, you know, do pretty well. That could be how you do it. All right, so now here's our archers. This is where it's a little tricky. If these archers, the most annoying thing is archers coming at the same time as berserkers, because you can't shoot the berserkers because of the archers, and your archers can shoot the berserkers, but then the archers can shoot your archers, and of course if you bring something down to kill the archers, then the berserkers murder them. All right, we have archers here. I'm gonna just, I don't know. It's a really annoying situation here with these archers, because if I have the infantry down here to deal with the archers, then I end up losing them potentially to all this other stuff because it's gonna go up. Maybe I could have brought my pikes down and just used the pike cooldown, then brought the pikes back up. Wow, you guys really went far out of your way. Yeah, this is perfect. So I didn't want my infantry going after these guys. I wanted these guys going up and trying to take out the houses. Holy moly, there is a lot of brutes here. Okay, I'm gonna try something kind of weird. What I'm gonna do is, like, I think that the brutes, because this is so narrow, will just die here. But I'm gonna Warhammer them and then run away to the other side. So my thinking is that I don't think the brutes are actually going to chase me because they're going to want to go after the houses. Okay, they all died. That was great. Now we have a bunch of archers. So I will send the infantry after them. More archers. Am I going to be able to kill these archers in time and then run the infantry back? It's going to be a little close. Pop. Oh, that archer was finicky. All right. Why don't you get all the way up at the top here, archers? The ultimate high ground situation. Yep. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. That was much better than the other one. Oy. Yeah, layout and enemy like wave type and location matter a lot. Unfortunately, that island or that item was junk. So this item, what it does is it lets a commander be deployed twice per turn. And basically, you can have him fight or her fight on 2 islands instead of 1 before they get tired. So it lets you split your forces more, but it obviously doesn't help at all in the final battle. So you can put it on someone I guess you weren't otherwise going to put an item on. Like I could put it on, let's say, Erwin and have Erwin help out in multiple battles because he's not going to be my final. Right, my final is going to be Edna with the mines and Gemma, who's ridiculous. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Sure. Well, since Erwin's definitely not going to be my final commander, let's put that there. And let's upgrade him to veteran archers. Will I upgrade him to elite? I don't know. I mean, the 20 gold may or may not matter. Oh, wait. Everyone else is tired. Yeah, I don't think we're going to solo anybody with 1 squad of archers, so we're just going to proceed to the next turn. So it's kind of nice now. At this point, I can actually go 4 and 4. I can basically have these 3 with Erwin and then these 3 with Erwin again. So it's okay. I called the item junk, which is maybe a little bit unfair. What you have to start considering at this point is, well, can I get 3 islands in 1 turn? Because, you know, when you have 8 commanders, this is not 8, this is 7, but you kind of have 8 if you have the Jabina, then you can start doing like a 3-3-2 sort of situation. So I'll consider that. They got a bunch of big items here, which makes me wonder if perhaps that's actually not going to be possible. But anyways, this turn we got to get Pepperholm. Can pikes do this, or are there 2 ways up? All right, it's this island. Yeah, there's like 1 way up here, 1 way up here, and then another way up here. So pikes are not going to solo this. We would need pikes and archers. So fine, let's go ahead and not screw around. We'll just do... God, am I really going to do 4 and 4? 4 here, 4 here. That seems absolutely idiotic because there's just no reason I could possibly need that much support. You know what? Let's go to Cantwer first. And what I'm going to do here is take my not overpowered archers and Erwin because I can. And we'll grab, this squad. This should be fine. Felix for the brutes and Deirdre. I don't need Deirdre. Deirdre doesn't actually do anything here. So we'll just take the pikes and 2 archers, and then we'll see what we're gonna do next time. So I believe that the archers should be able to shoot down. Oh wait, these are veteran archers. They're not the crappiest, but they're just not elite. All right, so I'm gonna just, you know, have my archers shooting things down. The pikes will do their business when they can. In fact, right here is a situation where they can. This is a choke point. So we're just having the archers shoot to damage the brutes, which means that the pikes will require fewer pokes in order to finish the brutes off. Can the brutes sneak in? I don't know if they can sneak past the pikes or not. Okay, luckily with the archer support, they're not going to get that chance. And it looks like the brutes were just kind of going for it. So we'll have the archers come in. Well, these veteran archers, I'm not going to bother repositioning them. They don't matter that much, but the elite archers will have them do everything that they can and then back off at approximately the last minute. So my veteran pikes with archer support are barely able to hold these brutes off. So now we got our berserkers. This is where we do need to get the archers front and center and do as much damage as possible. It actually works out pretty nicely because this is another little situation where there's a natural choke point for the pikes. That only matters against the brutes, of course. One situation that's evolving here is that my archers kept shooting at the brute, so the berserkers almost made it to shore. If berserkers do make it to shore, it's over. I'm pretty sure I will just lose if that ever happens. I'm just gambling on the fact that, or not gambling, I am using my wealth of Bad North experience to make the reasoned judgment that I should be able to stop all the berserkers from landing, and worst case scenario, we do have our mines with us. So we can use that as well to, like, you know, poison the land and then be safe. Okay, so we have 2 different boats of berserkers. I believe that I can shoot them down. These are not elite archers, they're only veteran, so there's a chance that a boat of 4 on our unshielded guys could make it. Okay, so we got there. That's good. Now, at this point, I'm gonna go back to the, if we could go back to the thing. Okay, so now we get to see what these islands are. All right, well, we got 4 types here: the Huskarls, the Berserkers, Brutes. So no ranged enemies, although the Huskarls do throw axes, so like you'd want an infantry going here. And then we have, oh, we also have a local commander. Let me actually see what type of commander this is. You can actually look at it and then back out. Okay, so we have pikes. Oh, geez, we got pikes with sharp weapons. Well, I guess we'll find out just exactly how much that sucks. These are actually veteran pikes. So I'm not gonna need them in my final battle because I've got elite. And again, I am just concerned that the sharp weapons ability is actually a detriment, and I didn't feel like waiting around to see what other commander I could get, because as you can see, there are no other commanders to be found. So the question is, do I think that I can do Pepperhorn with 2 squads and then use 3 to take out one of these islands? It's ballsy, but it's not necessarily impossible. I could take Turi and Irwin to go to Pepperholm and try to take out these brutes, and then my overpowered archers, along with 2 infantry and the local pikes, could take out Koltor. All right, I'm gonna try it. It's probably dumb, but we'll see what happens. So I can't really do anything here. I don't really want to bother with volley. I can't upgrade you to elite. So off we go then. Now, the thing that makes this not a totally terrifying prospect is the fact that Turi here, my very recently acquired pike squad, is veteran. Sorry, not veteran, is elite and has the cooldown. So I'm hoping that even though these archers are not elite, that I can just stave off these brutes. Now, the main problem, of course, is all the different ways up. So the big variable is how many boats will arrive at the same time from different locations. Because if it's just 1 or 2 at a time, and my pikes can get from point A to point B to deal with all the threats, then I'm not super concerned. However, if we do have multiple boats landing on different sides, I'm gonna have a problem. Are these brutes gonna be able to climb up? Actually, I should have thought about that before I did this plan. All right, this is a really good boat. This is fantastic. Anything landing over here is not an issue on this little inlet, or whatever you wanna call it, because they only can climb up one path. It's this one that's scary because, like, if you can see here, this is just a very weird situation where the enemy seems like it should be able to climb up in either direction, and that can definitely cause some problems. Notice how, by the way, my elite pikes are doing a way better job staving off the brutes than my veteran pikes were doing. By the way, it's also worth noting, if there were another enemy type here, like let's say even if it was just completely basic guys, that would actually mean that this plan that I'm doing here would be a stupid one, because there would be more enemies overall, and that could mean more brutes overall. And again, I'm not 100% sure the brutes couldn't sneak through past my pikes. Okay, this is an interesting boat location. Oh, no, this is totally fine. Anywhere on this side, they have to climb up this way. So I'm just gonna back my archers up. I'm not concerned about optimizing that. Just backing them up in advance of the brutes is fine. So now my pikes should kill these. We have the final wave incoming, and unfortunately they're landing on the wrong side. Oh goodness, we have the dreaded 2 boats, 1 on each side kind of situation. Okay, so I gotta be really careful here. Oh man, this would be a crappy time to lose everything. This boat's landing first. I'm gonna use my pike charge to get this done as quick as possible. And then I gotta run the pikes back here. And I needed to get there in time. And it looks like I did. But whew, that was a little scary at the end there. A little bit frightening. So you can see like the randomness of those two boats were landing in the same section. Let's say that both boats were landing here. Even if it was on opposite sides, like one boat here and one boat here, that would have been no problem whatsoever. Instead, it was a little bit frightening. Okay, so we've actually used Irwin twice. And now we've got, you know, these three, along with the local commander, in the culture. So we've got infantry. Let's put the good infantry at 1, second infantry at 2, and then, yeah, I gotta remember the archers are at 3. It's something I have a problem with every time I use 2 infantry. Like, it feels weird to split the infantry up, but I am used to having archers on 2. Okay, so we have it's one of those things where, like, you do need to look at the maps, because on the map, it just, like, in the main screen, it just looks like, you know, a flat map with a bunch of houses, but then you come here and it's like, oh, we got like these little hillocks and things, and that is where at this point in the game it starts getting a little bit wacky, because it can take a while to get from place to place. All right, what do we have over here? Is it just a bunch of guys? Okay, we just have a ton of guys. I believe that the infantry can handle, or the archers can handle all these basic guys, but I could be wrong. Let's put them as close as possible. With these, we don't need to be shooting perpendicular. Wow, this has actually been a really underwhelming salvo. I need to bring over my other infantry. Oh no, now my archers woke up. Okay, now they woke up. Thanks for waking up, guys. Man, I'm really sad that these veteran pikes have, like, finally I got a commander ability, and it's one that is probably detrimental. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, God, am I really gonna have, here's what it is. I need to use my Warhammer here. My archers should stand behind the pikes, I think. And I gotta make sure I don't forget to time the Warhammer. Borp. Oh, didn't die. Okay, that's fine though. It's just one brute. I am gonna take some casualties. What the hell? All right, we have berserkers landing here. I didn't see this in time. My archers did not get there in time. Luckily, one salvo was just incredible, and you saw that one berserker jumped in and like killed 3 archers in one fell swoop. So that's why those are scary. We have brutes. Are these brutes gonna land here? Okay, I am going to try to centralize all of my units and just park the local pikes right there. All right, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put the pikes down here, and I'm just gonna ask them to like walk up and see how they do it. Okay, so they walk up like that. All right, so that means I need to park them like there to hold this choke point. And then we're gonna send the archers over here to work on whatever this is. Okay, so I hope that these veteran pikes don't have a problem stopping 4 brutes coming up a choke point. Okay, yeah, you notice they're not really stunning them. You know, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay to have that sharp weapons ability on pikes. Okay, that was kind of a goofy looking Warhammer usage, but it did the job. It did knock the enemies back into the water. We have a dillion melee guys. At this point in the game, I noticed this doesn't seem to happen early in the game, but at this point, it just starts to get dark by the end of an island, which I appreciate. It adds a very ominous air to the game. And then you go to the next island, it's like, oh, it's bright again, yay! And then it gets dark by the time you're done. All right, so we got to do it. I guess I really shouldn't have maligned that item. That item that lets you use a commander twice did allow me to knock out 3 islands in one level, or in one turn. All right, and now, God, I wonder, should I have maybe saved Angus for elite pikemanhood so that he could be in my final battle? I mean, I might have enough gold to spare that I could upgrade him to elite just to kind of see how it works. Maybe that's worth it. But let's continue on and see if we can do one more day before this video ends. So now we're well ahead of the Marauder death. And I think the obvious move is to go to our Farkliter and see what Rat Isle and Asphytton have to say for themselves. Asphytton. All right, and then see if there's a way that I can knock out 2 other islands after our Farkliter. Because with 8 commanders and a Jabina letting me use an archer twice, that should now become a regular occurrence. Let me actually see what the layout is here. All right, so we have only one way up, but then of course we have to do some work to save this house on the bottom. Okay, let me look at Angus. What is he? He's veteran. Oh, I'm so tempted just to upgrade him to elite, just to kind of see, but it feels weird. I already have an elite pike. I don't know if I need 2 elite pikes, although it could be handy. We have a lot of like brute levels and things, so maybe having 2 elite pikes would be fine. Anyway, here with berserkers and regular guys, I think all I need is archers and a shield. I don't think that the pikes would even be that helpful here. Well, I guess the pikes would be helpful against like big boats of basic guys. So, all right, we're gonna use Felix, our not upgraded pike, and we'll use Irwin. And since Irwin's not upgraded, Irwin can't solo this. We're gonna also bring in Edna. We'll do it like this. So I have my Ring of Command archers still in reserve, and I have my elite pikes in reserve, and another veteran pikes. It's just a lot of pikes. I could probably be sending 2 pikes into 1 level, although it may make more sense to separate my pikes, since a lot of these levels have brutes and big gaggles of enemy melee units. Okay, so where do I position the pikes? It's a tricky one, because if I put them down here, the enemies might decide to run up and get that house, but if I put them up here, they might decide to run over and get this house. Okay, this is actually a little scary. That berserker's gonna land. Oh my god, that berserker landed and then got shot right afterwards. That was a frightening prospect. Okay, I'm gonna move my good archers over here because these are just basic melee guys, and I'm much more concerned about the berserkers landing. I really don't want my squads firing volleys on the basic guys, or at least I want to minimize how much that happens. Anyway, 1 volley murdered all the berserkers. So here, we'll just park my good archers as close as possible to these boats. Note that this is it. This island has an unusual enemy composition, just berserkers and basics. So archers are fine for everything. I might not even have needed to bring my pikes. Actually, now that I think about it, what exactly are the pikes doing? They can't handle the berserkers if the berserkers land, so it's only a very narrow use case of I let basic guys land and the pikes can take them out somehow. But there's really no way that that can work on this island, because either like I put the pikes here and the base guys run up and take this house, or I put the basic guys on the high ground and then they just stay on the bottom row and take out the house down here. So yeah, I should have probably just brought 2 archers. These 2 archers here seem to be doing a good job. Nothing can reach the shore. And then just let the pikes go to another level. So that's fine. I'm not super concerned about it. I think I have enough power in reserve to handle the other islands. And I can always decide to just back out if things get too hard and only do 1 more island instead of 2 more islands. Okay, so what do Rat Isle and Asphytton have to say for themselves? Wow, 6 enemy types. That's going to be a lot of fighting. So I guess we're going to do Lundi, which is only 3 types, and God, these are both very weird layouts, both in Svinoi and in Rat Isle. Okay, so the question then is, how am I splitting up my commanders? Let me take a look at what these levels look like. Sometimes you can't see from the main menu. Yeah, like here we have these weird thingies. So there are more choke points for like pikes to take advantage of than, you know, you might think that there are. The question is, where do I want to send my Gemma, my absolutely top-notch elite archer? I'm gonna need to split Gemma and Irwin. I'm gonna just upgrade Irwin. Let's go ahead and do that. In fact, we're coming up to 30 minutes. I'm gonna pause midday because this is gonna be pretty long with 2 more fights. So we'll just pause here and we'll pick up here in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.